Hello, stamping friends. It's Angie here with Too Cool Stamping. I'm here for another live class. This time we're featuring a fun masculine themed stamp set. It's called Adventurous Sky, and it's from the Take to the Sky bundle. And Take to the Sky Suite, sorry. It's the Adventurous Sky Bundle. But we're going to have a lot of fun with that one today. And before I get started, I just wanted to mention, if you didn't know already, it is free shipping day. So if you're watching this on if you're watching this on May 21st, 2024, then it is still free shipping day, and you can get free shipping today with your order of $75 or more. So there's still plenty of time before the end of the day. So gather up your wish list. If you place an order for $45 or more, you're going to be able to earn the Adventurous Sky Bundle class kit. That's going to give you all of the supplies to make the 5 cards that I'm showing you tonight. And that'll be a fun addition to whatever you choose to get with your free shipping. So I also wanted to mention just a couple of other things. I've been telling people it's a great time to double dip because we have that awesome starter kit going on for the month of May. It is featuring the in colors. There's a whole in color bundle that you receive with your starter kit. So for the double dip, today only, you can purchase that starter kit for $99. You'll get $125 worth of products, and you'll get free shipping on that order, of course. That's all normal. Plus, you're going to get the in-color bundle that is the special offer for the month of May. You're going to get all of the in-color stamp pads. You're going to get the in-color markers. You're going to get a packet of designer series paper in the in-colors, and also a cardstock assortment pack. And you'll get all of those. I think it's an $82 value for free just when you purchase that starter kit. So that's the first part of the double dip. Today only, once you purchase that starter kit, you could turn around and get all the rest of the things on your wish list and get that free shipping. So, and plus you would have purchased the starter kit, which means you are a part of my Too Cool Stampers team, and you'll get a 20% discount on your order. So if you do that right now, purchase the starter kit, you'll get all of that extra value just with that special offer with a starter kit. Plus, once you're a team member, you'll get 20% off future orders. That means the next order that you place could be later tonight before that free shipping ends. So anyway, that's a great way to double dip, maximize your savings. And remember, when you become a member of my team, there's no obligation to sell. You can just enjoy the discount as a hobby stamper. So no worries about that. I have people from all over the country on my team, and I'm always welcoming new people. If you want to learn more about my team, the special offer, or the free shipping offer, you can go to toocoolstamping.com. That's going to tell you everything you need to know. And if it's past May 21st, you still have until the end of May 2024 to get that in-color starter kit. Okay, let me see. Is there anything else I'm missing? Oh, one more thing. Speaking of in-color, I am still trying to wrap up my final group for my in-color clubs. I'm looking for 3 more people who would like to join the in-color club. You get 1 color of products each month over the course of 5 months. You can go to my website, toocoolstamping.com, and get all the information there, but we need 5 people to make it happen. We only have 2. So I need 3 more, and when we get that, we'll place an order and we'll start that, and each month you're going to get some great products all in 1 color, plus you'll get some cards to go with it. I also give supplies to make 4 cards of each of the colors. So it's all the same card, all the same design, 1 in each of the colors. So it'll come along with your card kit each month. So lots of fun, a different way. If you're not interested in the starter kit special with the in colors, this is a different way to get in colors and get your hands on all of the product, not just what's in the starter kit special, but everything. The ribbon, the refills, I'm trying to think of, the shimmer gems and the resin dots. And if you want blends, that's an option to add on. So again, go to toocoolstamping.com for all the details. Okay, enough with all that. Time to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you this awesome class. I did want to mention, as I'm flipping everything around, this is a masculine themed class, and there is a Father's Day sentiment in the package, in the stamp set. However, I don't believe that with my deadlines and everything and the way that the mail system has been working lately and the delays that they've been having, I don't think that you're going to get this product in time to have cards for Father's Day. However, if you purchase an order today, you're very likely to get your stamp set and your dies and your paper and everything in time for that. So you might not get my card kit, but you can make your own. So I'm going to give you some ideas for that tonight. Remember, I usually have a stamp class kit that you can earn, and I do again tonight with the Adventurous Sky. The cards that I'm showing tonight, you can receive all of the supplies for those when you place a $45 order with me and use host code DRKGKD3F. So use that. It's on the checkout page. You're going to put that on there to get your free 5-card class kit. All right, let's check out what's in the suite. So we have the Adventurous Sky Bundle, and it's so, so cool. It has lots of airplanes, as you can see. It has a little bit of, as you're looking down at farmland, that type of thing, some clouds, of course, and some really great sentiments that go along with sky. You always lift me up, flying by to say hi. You're the best, plain, ha ha ha, and simple. And then, of course, it has Happiest Father's Day. So if you want to get it right now, there's still time to make your own cards with that. It also comes with this awesome die set. So you're going to have the dies that are going to cut out all of the different planes, as well as some different clouds. There's 3 different cloud sizes. There's 1, 2, 3. There's also a little banner, like a banner that would go behind a plane. I am not using that on the cards that I'm making, but you can see you can put this at the back of your plane and then have a little banner that floats behind. Actually, it would be faced this way. And this, whoops, I think goes like this. And so you can put that behind your plane. It's a little bit too long to fit on a card, but it would be great if you were doing a scrapbook page or that type of thing. So there's also some cutouts here to make your own plane without stamping, and we'll be doing that for one of the cards as well. So really cool dies to go with it. And then, of course, my favorite is the paper. They always have really cool paper with the suites and some really fun imagery here, clouds and planes. This is just kind of an oceanary topography type of thing. Some clouds, I love that one. And then just some nice smoky slate grid paper there. Some mossy meadow plains again. And again, here's some kind of, looking at landscape type of thing from a plane view. Here's kind of a map in mossy meadow. I just love this pattern, just a nice basic pattern. Some more graph paper with planes drawn on there. Another fun checked pattern. This one is really fun. I love these. You can cut these tags out and use them as part of your card, focal point, or you can put them on your scrapbook. And each one of these little sections can be cut out for different layers on cards if you want. And then this, another little aerial map of that. So really fun paper to go along with the bundle as well. I forgot to bring over the trinkets. Let me tell you something about the trinkets. And I don't often say that I'm not excited about a product because I love Stampin' Up. And I wish that I would have brought them over here and I could show you what I mean. But these are, they're called industrial trinkets. They look super, super cute. They are great for projects that you do not have to mail. I really wanted to use them on these cards, but once I got them in hand, they are a little bit thick and they're heavy. So I felt like they were not going to be very good for mailing purposes. Now, if you wanted to use them on some other kind of a project, a 3D project, a box, a gift, that type of thing, they would be great. And they coordinate perfectly with the suite, obviously, but I just felt like they were a little bit too much for mailing purposes. You'd have to have a special, maybe a padded mailer for something like that. So I wanted to give you a heads up with that. Don't purchase this for mailing projects. All right. And I think if you missed it, if you're just joining us before I get started, I wanted to mention that you can purchase the class or purchase the order to get the free class I will not have the card kit to you very likely in time to make things for Father's Day. So you can get all your products and make them yourself, but the way the mail has been really delayed. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but everything's coming really, really slow. So I don't think that you're going to get it in time. And I don't think I told you the time frame. This class will be open until June 4th, and then I should get it in the mail by June 7th. So it doesn't give you much time to receive the product. Especially some of my kits are not arriving for 2.5 weeks, which is really a lot later than they normally have. So just give you a heads up that everything's going a little bit slower. Get the stuff now. You can make stuff on your own for Father's Day. Okay, so for the first card, we have Misty Moonlight, traditional card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And folding that in half. This is going to be a horizontal card. We're going to do a little stamping right off the bat. I am bringing some of my cloud stamps over from the Adventurous Sky. And boho blue. I just want a soft, subtle look for this. So you could do Misty Moonlight if you wanted to, but I just wanted something just kind of soft. All right, so there is that. Next, we're going to add some papers. So first, I have a piece of pecan pie that's 5.5 by 1.5, and we'll add that with seal across the bottom. Next, I have a piece of the Take to the Sky Designer Series paper. Actually, I have two pieces. This one is a 2 by 4 with the clouds. And I'm just going to add that right here. And then one more. This is 1.5 by, I believe it's 5, but let's just make sure. Whoops, here we go. 5 1/4. So 1.5 by 5 1/4. So we're just doing a little bit of cross layering there. And then I will start doing a little bit of stamping. Again, we're going to start with the nice big plane. And let me get my piercing mat. Actually, you know what? They're not photopolymer, so I'm not going to worry about the piercing mat. If they were photopolymer, I like to use the piercing mat. Gives a little extra cushion, and it lets us have a little nicer stamped image. But we don't, these are cling stamps with the rubber, so we don't really need that. It has a nice cushion already. So here's our first plain image. And I'm going to color, most of these cards have the plain images on them, obviously. That's what the focal points are. I'm going to color this one in, and all of them are going to be colored with Stampin' Blends markers. I'm just going to color this first one so you can see how I do it. And I think I'm going to start with, let's see, what do I have? I have light boho blue. And the fun part is you can color these planes any way you want to. You can make them all one color. You could make them kind of a duo color, which is what I'm doing. I'm doing the wings in one color and the main part of the plane in another. But you can accent it. Whoops. I'm not going to do the best with my coloring because I'm trying to be fast. But take your time because it's a little bit hard to see where some of these lines are. So you'll get the idea. So here's boho blue. If you want to add some shading with the dark boho blue, you can. And you'll notice that when I'm coloring, and I mention this every time, I usually use my my brush tip, and that's going to allow me to color in the space really quickly. Sometimes you might have a little bit of a frayed brush tip just from use, and if that's the case, then you might want to go to the fine point, and that will give you a little bit crisper image. So again, oh, this is pecan pie to match our pecan pie strip. I'm going to finish up with some smoky slate. This is light smoky slate. And I'm going to add that to the wheels. You could just do the wheels, the outer wheels in smoky slate. And I'm also going to just add a little bit where this propeller is, just to give it some motion. So this is our colored airplane, and then I use the die cuts, of course, to cut that out. So that gives you a nice focal point. I'm going to add a little focal point foundation with the sentiment, and that one is with the new basic beige color. Have you guys seen this? Okay, I just want to tell you I have a weird fly. I did not know I had a fly in this room, but there's a fly that's dive bombing me. So if you see it, you can just laugh. And if you hear me go, it's because it just like flew past my head. I don't know where it came from. It was not, I've been working in my studio all day and it's not been a problem, but here it is. Anyway, basic beige, brand new color. Did you see this new color along with the new in colors? This is a nice creamy kind of a neutral, a little bit darker than vanilla, very vanilla, and just a really nice addition to the neutrals. So this is a die cut that I did with the Everyday Details dies, and I'm going to add a sentiment in Misty Moonlight. So this is You're the Best, plain and simple. Oh, I didn't do that very well. That's okay. That's what makes it look handmade, right? Aw, that's too bad. I'm going to move my light over here. So we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. So I'll turn this over. If you wanted to, you could flip it over. When it has a lot of dots along the sides, you can kind of tell that it's the flipped over side. So I don't tend to use the second side as a second chance. But you could, or you could die cut another one. All right, or you could just live with it because, like I said, it's handmade and that's okay. All right, this is going to go right here, so it creates a nice little focal point. I like how the circle kind of mimics the circle on our plane, and our plane is just going to sit right there. You could pop them up if you wanted to. If you're going to mail it, I would keep the pop-ups to one layer. So I'm going to just use some seal, and you might want to just put a little dimensional right under the edge there. So we're going to tuck this one in here. I'm going to use my little piercing tool, if I can. Just tuck that in there so it's not just flopping around. Okay, then we're going to finish up with some sequins here, the neutral sequins, and I'm going to use the darker, I think it's early espresso is what they call it, but I like it. It has kind of goes with that pecan and gives it just a little bit of shine. So there is our first card for the class. I love that one. Okay, next up, we're going to do a Mossy Meadow card. And again, we're starting with the traditional 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And burnish that down. This will be a vertical card. And we're going to start with a piece of the Take to the Sky Designer Series paper. This is a 3 by 4 inch piece, and this will just sit right here at the bottom of the card front. Next up, we have this piece of basic white. Let me give you a measurement on it. It is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And again, I'm going to add some clouds to the top, and I'm going to do those again in boho blue. So we'll just put a few on here, and maybe one of the little ones up here, just like that. So that's going to be our sky, ready for our airplane. We're going to make a little bit of ground here at the bottom. This is another strip of basic beige, and it's 3 1/4 by 1. We're going to stamp a little bit on that. They have this cool image that is kind of like you're looking down at different, you know, farmland or different plots of land. And I'm going to just add some mossy meadow land to that, and you can just sneak in and fill all the different sections. Try to keep them going the same diagonal. They're kind of at a diagonally little way, so try to make them go that same direction, but they overlap pretty nicely. And we'll add that to the bottom, so we'll have a sky, and then we'll kind of have a little horizon line at the bottom. Got to use our imagination, right? So this will go right here. And then I want to add this piece of basic beige bordered ribbon. Oh, before I do that, let's add a layer to this. Let's mat it on some Night of Navy. So this is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. I'll mat that, and then we'll add our ribbon. And this, I love this ribbon. This is the ribbon that all of the in colors come in this ribbon. So you would get this as part of the in color club if you decided to join. Not the basic beige, but you would get it in all of the in colors. It's just a nice, it's almost like a linen feel to it. And it's thin, so it ties really well. Doesn't have a really big bulky knot. It's easy to cut. It's great for making actual bows with the bow instead of just a double knot faux bow like I'm doing. But it's just a really great ribbon. I really enjoy this style of ribbon, the bordered ribbon. So there we go. There is that. That's our focal point foundation. We'll add some seal to it and put it on our background. And again, we're going to use that large plane. Ink that up with some, I don't think I said before, but I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black. That's what you want to use when you're using Stampin' Blends. That works the best as the outline. And then I already went ahead and colored in so that I'm not just wasting time coloring. But this one is colored with light Night of Navy and copper clay, light copper clay, and some smoky slate just for the wind and the tires on there. So I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals. And there's one little piece here that needs some dimensionals, and so you can either use some mini dimensionals, or I just like to take the edge here. These little edge pieces come in handy. Oh, the fly is back. Did you see it? Did it go right in front of the camera? Oh, fly. All right. This is going to fit right here perfectly. We're going to finish it with a few iridescent foil gems. And a little sparkle happening, a little glistening, and there you go. There is our second card. Really, really cute. All right, next up, let's try a die cut plain from the dies. And our card base is going to start with boho blue, again traditional 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and scored at 4 1/4. We'll fold that in half. We're going to do another vertical card. This time I started with a piece of Night of Navy. This is 4 1/4 by 3/4. Just just a little strip here. And we'll add this, just a little bit of color up in the corner. Move it over just a tiny bit. There we go. Next, I have a Take to the Sky piece of Designer Series paper. This is 2.5 by 5. And I love this one with all the planes. Just really cool. So just kind of a banner. And I totally did that very, very crooked, which is ridiculous. So I'm going to have to trim that off a little bit. It's okay. It's a banner. It's flapping in the breeze a little bit. Okay, next up we have a couple of clouds that I have already die cut. So I have a large cloud. There's 3 sizes of clouds. So this is the large, and I think it's the medium size. Yeah, that's the medium size. And we'll go ahead and, let's see. I guess I can go ahead and put those on. So we'll put this one down here, about right there. And then, what did I just do with it? Here it is, flipped over here. Small one. It's going to go down here. I've already die cut 2 pieces for the plane. So this is in copper clay for the body of the plane. And then the wings are in gray granite. So that just layers over the top of it. I'm going to use some Tombow liquid glue. Just a tiny dab. You don't need a lot. And I didn't even need it up there actually, because that's not even on the base of the plane. You'll see what I mean. And then just line that up. So don't put glue up there. Hold on one second. I'm going to get a tissue and dab that off. There we go. So you don't need it up there. You just need it at the bottom. So it lines up really nicely, has a nice dimensional on it. And that's going to go right here on our plane. Oh, don't forget, we need a propeller. There's a die cut little propeller that we need to add to it as well. Where's the back? There we go. Just a little dab. And that's going to go right here on the front. Hold that in place for a second, let it get nice and tacky and dry. All right, and let's pop that up with some dimensionals. Again, we're going to use just a little bit of the side here. All right. You could probably use some little mini dimensionals down there if you wanted to on the wheels. And this will just go right here. It's on takeoff. We're going to finish up with a little sentiment down here. I used the Unbounded Love dies to make this cute little circle, and I'm going to stamp a Happy Father's Day sentiment on there. Again, as I've mentioned before, I don't anticipate you getting the kit that the card kit in time to make the Father's Day deadline. But if you purchase everything yourself right now, you should be able to get the products on your own, and you could make this on your own. We're going to pop that sentiment up as well. Also, if you don't want to make this for Father's Day, there's a couple of different there's one other sentiment that you could use. I'll show you that in a minute. We're going to put that right over the clouds right here. Happiest Father's Day. If you didn't want to use the Father's Day sentiment, there's always the you always lift me up. That will work really nicely. I think you could even squeeze in the flying by to say hi in that little circle. So other options if you don't want to use it for Father's Day. Okay, then for a little bit of shine, we have the new Basic Gray and Smoky Slate Pearls. So I am going to use the Basic Gray ones. Kind of has a boho blue look to it. And that will finish that off very nicely. So there is our third card. So quick and easy with that die cut. And just really, really perfect. Okay, very good. On to the fourth card already. So this time we will start with Smoky Slate as our card base. Again, traditional 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Another vertical card. And this time we're going to start with a little highlight piece that is 4 1/4 by 2.5, I believe, yes. And that's in Night of Navy. And we're going to put that right down, right across the center. Try to get it lined up. Always line it up from the fold outward. That way if it doesn't line up over here, you can always just cut it off a little bit. All right, we also have another piece here that is 4 1/4 by 1 1/4 of the Take to the Sky Designer Series paper. And that's just gonna be a little accent along the bottom here. And then I have a background piece. This is in Misty Moonlight. This is a 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 inch piece. And if you look closely, I have embossed that with the new Dashing Designs embossing folder. It has kind of a fun quilted look to it, almost like it's sewn pieces, but I loved it because it looked, again, like you're looking out the window of a plane down at the landscape and all the different fields below. That's what it reminded me of. So I'm going to add that to the background. All right, and then I have several different elements that come together for this, kind of a little collage. So I used my Stylish Shapes dies to make a copper clay circle and a Lost Lagoon smaller circle. And then I also have, oh, did I not bring it? I don't have my little, oh, here it is. I also did another little circle like I just did for the Father's Day card. This is the Unbounded Love circle with basic white. So we're going to have all those come together. We talked about you could use the Happy Father's Day for, oh, you know what? I have to go back and show you something. Halt, everybody. I forgot to put a sentiment on this card. I just realized I saw my sentiment sitting over there and I forgot to put a sentiment down here. Let me show you what the card really looks like. So this is the Flying By to Say Hi. And I used a Stylish Shapes banner that I stamped on in the copper clay color with the Flying By to Say Hi. And then I just trimmed that off right at the edge so that it was flush. So I completely forgot that. Sorry about that. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. This is the same circle that we used for Happiest Father's Day. You can also use it with the You Always Lift Me Up, so you can see how nicely that fits in there. Whoops, it's a little off, but you see that it fits, so that's going to be our sentiment. We're also going to do 2 of the planes. So I have these 2 smaller ones. We used the larger one already 2 times, but we have this smaller one, tiny one, and then kind of a medium size, both stamped in Memento ink. You'll have some scrap paper that you can stamp. Again, use your Stampin' Blends to color those, and I'll show you what mine ended up looking like. Actually, that's not true. I used the big one again. Sorry, I'm getting confused on what card I'm working on, apparently. I used the big one and the medium-sized one on this one. So you can see that I've colored. I just have to say I had it all in an order that I wanted, and then I changed it at the last minute. So then some of my supplies got in the wrong pile. So I apologize. Anyway, another stamp with a large one. This one's colored with Light Lost Lagoon and Light Misty Moonlight, some smoky slate for the wheels and the propeller. And then this one is in Copper Clay, Smoky Slate, and a little bit of Light Night of Navy. So those are the two. This is the medium size. You can see that's that one. And then there's another little one that we're going to do on the last card. So a little sneak peek for that. Okay, let's assemble. This is a little collage that we're doing. We'll start with the Copper Clay piece, and we'll do that right about there. Then we're going to have the Lost Lagoon circle, and that's going to go about right over there. And then this one is going to be popped up as the third circle right about there. And then we're going to pop our planes up as well. Use a little bit of the edge here again. And I think that's all we need, actually. Let me do one more right here. Here we go. All right, the big one is going to go at the top, like so. And then the smaller one will go in this other circle, and it's kind of coming down this direction. If I would have had that a little bit, I guess we can go like this. We'll have it go up. All right, we're going to end up with some smoky slate pearls, if I can find those. I'm just going to show you my card. My finished card has the smoky slate pearls, and that comes from the Basic Gray and Smoky Slate Pearl Pack. And yeah, so there is that card. That is our fourth card. Fun. And you can, like I said, change up the colors, color coordinate the planes, however you like. All right, last card is a fun fold card, and it starts with Copper Clay, and the measurement is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 8 3/4, and it's scored at the 3 1/4 inch mark. So this is the first part of the card base, and then we'll have a little, let's decorate that so far. Have a little piece here that's 2 by 4 of the Take to the Sky paper. That's going to go right here, so you're going to center it between the edge and the end of the inside piece. We also have a Mossy Meadow piece of Take to the Sky. This is 3 by 4. And that one is going to go right here. And then a final piece, this one is 3 1/2 by 2 1/2, and it's going to go on another piece of Copper Clay that is 3 5/8 by 2 5/8. And this is going to pop up right over the top here. So we're going to add some dimensionals. I'm going to flip that over 180 so that I know exactly where to stop with my dimensionals. So I don't want them to go any farther than this. If you wanted to not have, I actually have 2 levels of dimensionals on this particular card. So if you want to mail it and you want it to be a little bit flatter, this is the section that I would probably use some seal to attach that. So there is that piece. Next up, let's get some other parts. We have some of the basics twine here. This is in the gray or the smoky slate. We have one of the large clouds. We have a small cloud. We have, this is the one that has the medium and the small airplane. So both of these are colored in the same. If you can believe this, I am looking at my phone to see what my video looks like, and this fly is walking right across the top of my screen. This guy is gonna die by the time this this night is over. Anyway, if you heard me go, that's because he was on the screen. Anyway, this has been a really interesting class. So this is the medium and the small. They're both with colored with the Stampin' Blends, copper clay, and the light Night of Navy, I believe it is. So we're gonna first put a little sentiment on this cloud. I'm gonna stamp a happy birthday sentiment in Mossy Meadow. And then we will add that. I'm going to add this little tiny cloud up here, a larger cloud. If you can't get your seal going, I just use my finger to kind of get it running again. Sometimes when it's on a smoother surface, it doesn't catch and it doesn't roll. So just need your finger to get it going again. All right, let's pop these up. And you can use the edge. You could also just use a half dimensional for something small, or you can use a mini dimensional if you have those available. But this is kind of a smaller area for this one. All right, we're going to start with this little one. And he's going to go clear up here like that. The medium-sized guy is going to go right here, not upside down. That would be bad. And he's going to go maybe right here. And we're going to finish up with some copper sequins in a couple of different sizes here, and one over here. How about right there? Okay, and then this little piece I'm just going to tie around the side here just to give it a little color, just a tiny bit of color, a tiny bit of texture. You can just tie it in a little double knot. All right, and we'll trim that. If you want to, you could fray the edges a little bit. Just move it up a little bit, maybe untwist it, fray the edges. And just gives you a little bit of flair. On the inside, I'll show you my finished card that I had. You'll get another piece that you can put on the inside, and you can stamp "You're the best," plain and simple. And that makes a really nice masculine birthday card. So that is the last card of our Adventurous Sky class. Let me move everything out of the way and show you one more time all the 5 cards that you will get supplies for. If you place a $45 order, using the host code that you see above here, you can earn that class kit. It has all the supplies you need. Anything that is stamped and then colored, you need to, you'll have to have the dies for, but everything else as far as dies are, excuse me, are all included. You're going to get all of the embellishments and everything like that. So you'll have scrap paper for everything that is stamped and then colored and then die cut. If you don't have the dies, it's okay. You just will have to do some fussy cutting for the planes. All right, everything else is going to be included for you. Again, that's a $45 minimum order to earn the free class. If you are ordering today, which is May 21st, then it's free shipping day, and you'll want to maybe have a $75 order because that's what you need to earn the free shipping. So I encourage you to do that by the end of today. If you need any more information about free shipping or the current starter kit with the special in-color bundle or my in-color club, then please go over to my website. It's toocoolstamping.com. You'll find all the details over there. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this class. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't flowers, and I know we do a lot of flowers, so it's always fun to just kind of break away from the flower thing and do something a little different, and I love this masculine set. So perfect for this time of year. It's great for graduations and that type of thing as well. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Have fun shopping on free shipping day, and I will talk to you very soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.